In this video, I'm very excited to take you through the curriculum of the complete web development course. Now, the curriculum is really huge, but I'm going to do my best to take you briefly through the different sections of the course while giving you a flavor of the different activities and projects you're going to build throughout the course. First, you are going to learn HTML5 and use it to build the content of any website. You will learn how to add headings, paragraphs, images, links to your website. You will also learn how to embed YouTube videos or add forms to your website, and much more. Then you will move to CSS and use it to add styling and decoration to your website. You will learn how to style text, links, images. You will also learn how to position elements and resize them. And you'll be able to add animations and transitions to your websites, and much more. Then you will move to advanced CSS using CSS Grid, Flexbox, and Sass. Now let's start with Flexbox. Flexbox will help you create amazing modern responsive layouts using only a few lines of code. A good example of using Flexbox is when you set the width of elements inside a menu. So in this example, we set the width of both the first two items, and then we decided that the last item is going to occupy whatever space is left. So you can see that Flexbox works in one dimension. Now, CSS Grid is slightly different. It works in 2 dimensions, and to use it, you just create a grid of rectangles inside your website, and then you decide which rectangles are going to be occupied by different elements. So you can, for instance, have a header occupying all those rectangles at the top, then have a sidebar occupying those rectangles, then one section there, another one there, another one there, and then a footer occupying all those rectangles at the bottom, and then an image occupying these ones. Now moving on to Sass. Sass will help you save time by writing less CSS content. Sass is a CSS preprocessor, which means that instead of writing a big CSS file, you give Sass only a few lines of code, which are then compiled into a final CSS file. Sass comes with advanced features not available in CSS and will allow you to do things like storing reusable values, which make your websites easier to make and maintain. By the end of this chapter, you're going to build many examples, including a responsive checkout form, a responsive image grid, a responsive image gallery, and a modern responsive website. Then you will move to JavaScript and use it to add interactivity to your websites. By the end of this chapter, you will go through many activities, including creating a random color generator, creating a motorway speed control, and much more. You will also create a full professional maths game checking how well users know their multiplication table. Then you will move to jQuery, which will help you write JavaScript code in a more efficient way. As we're talking, jQuery is the most popular JavaScript library used by web developers. A JavaScript library is a group of functions developed by other people for you to use without having to rewrite any code. This means that it will save you a considerable amount of time. So you're going to use jQuery features to build many examples, including an interactive dialog, an advanced menu, an animated progress bar, a feature allowing users to sort elements, a date picker similar to the one you find on flight booking websites, and much more. By the end of this chapter, you're going to build a professional fruit slicing game using the skills you would have learned. Then you will move to Bootstrap, which is a CSS framework used to create responsive websites. It contains both CSS and JavaScript-based templates for many components, including buttons, forms, tables, and much more. You will use Bootstrap to create many examples, including an inline responsive login form, a horizontal responsive login form, a responsive nav, a collapsible navigation bar, a pagination example like the one on Google or eBay, thumbnails, a modal, a scroll spy updating the navigation based on scroll position, collapsible sections, a carousel slider, and a fixed navigation bar, and much more. By the end of this chapter, you will build many professional projects, including an app landing page, a company website, a website with a background video, a stopwatch app, a drawing app. Then you will move to ES6, which is the new generation of JavaScript. It comes with so many amazing features which will make your JavaScript programming a lot easier. Now, if you are comfortable with HTML, CSS and JavaScript, you must be able to create static web pages and serve them from a server. So your users will type a URL in their browser and then they will send a request through that URL to a server. Depending on your file, you will have a few requests which are going to be sent to the server, including your HTML file, your CSS file, any JavaScript files, any pictures, and so on. So all these files are going to be served as static content from the server. Then your browser is going to combine those files and display the web page for you. So this is how it works for static content. Now let's check this website, which uses backend code to generate dynamic web pages. So in this example, we're looking for properties within a 5-kilometer radius from Cambridge, and we filtered our search using rent and the number of bedrooms. So these are the results fulfilling our conditions. Now let's understand how this works behind the scenes. First of all, the user is going to send a request to the server through a URL. In this case, we want a customized web page. So all these parameters are going to be included in the URL. And then we're going to send a request to the server. Now, once the server receives our request, the app inside the server is going to transform our request or our query inside the URL to a JavaScript object, which looks like this. And then the app is going to do some further work. And now it's going to realize that it needs to query these details inside the database of properties. So you're going to have a query running in the database, which looks like this. So you'll find a table inside the database looking like this. And for each property, you're going to have certain details. If any properties are found, so in this example, let's say that that property fulfills the conditions of the search. Once you find these properties, then the database is going to send a response to our app like this. And then our app is going to start working again and is going to use the details of those properties we found to build the customized HTML web page, which is going to be served to the user by the server. And then the browser is going to display that customized HTML web page. Now the app that is inside the server and which does all the work, that's what you need to build inside your server when building a back-end website or a dynamic website. So in order for you to do that, you need to learn the right technology which is supported by your server, then use that technology to write code which can execute on the server side. There are many technologies which you can use to create server-side applications like Node.js, PHP, Java, Python, Ruby, and many more. In this course, you're going to learn both Node.js and PHP. So first of all, why Node.js? Node.js is a server-side environment which allows you to run JavaScript code on the server side. And that's why it's considered full-stack JavaScript, because it allows you to run JavaScript both on the client side and the server side. And that's one of the main reasons behind its increasing popularity. Node.js is also considered the fastest technology running on a server, mainly because it uses Google's V8 engine, which is the same engine used by Google Chrome. Also, Node comes with over 1 million libraries which you can use out of the box on your own projects. Also, Node.js is a non-blocking technology which allows you to run many tasks asynchronously, which makes code execution really fast. Furthermore, Node.js is used by some of the world's top companies, including NASA, PayPal, IBM, Netflix, Microsoft, and many more. This course comes with a comprehensive Node.js module which will teach you Node.js to an advanced level. So first you're going to master the command line, as you will need it to write Node.js commands. Then you're going to build your very first Node app. And after that, you're going to get introduced to some of Node.js built-in modules which will help you create examples and projects without having to use third-party libraries. So you will use the HTTP module to create a server, for example. You will also learn the FS built-in module and use it to manage files and folders using Node.js. You will also learn the child process module, which is not covered usually in other courses. You will also learn how to manage different versions of your projects using Git and GitHub and deploy your app to Heroku. By the end of the Node.js module, you're going to build a full professional file explorer app which will allow users to explore files and folders located on a server. You'll be able to serve different types of files like videos, PDF files, and many more. Then you'll move to PHP. So why would you consider learning PHP if you master a back-end technology like Node.js? Well, if Node.js is a must-learn technology in 2020, there are many reasons why you may want to add PHP to your portfolio. Well, PHP has been around for decades, so it is backed by a big community online. Also, it still powers 78% of websites worldwide. The new versions of PHP from version 7 and beyond are twice faster than the previous generation and use 8 times less memory. Also, PHP is a technology which is very easy to learn, and you will see this in the course videos. Also, PHP is still used by some of the world top companies like Facebook, Wikipedia, Zoom, Tumblr, Flickr, and many more. This course comes with a comprehensive PHP curriculum which will teach you PHP to an advanced level. You will learn things like how to send emails, how to handle files, how to handle errors, and also you will learn how to manage a database using PHP and MySQL. By the end of this chapter, you'll build an advanced professional online notes app which comes with many modern functionalities like a sign-up login system, creating notes, editing them, deleting them, and so on. Then you will learn more skills and technologies including WordPress, Google Maps APIs, social APIs, and creating mobile applications. You will also create more projects including an advanced contact form, a distance between cities app, a website with social widgets, a speed reader app, a fully functional eco-friendly car-sharing website worth $3,000 where users can search trips, create them, edit them, and so on. Our students landed jobs at some of the world's top companies, including many Fortune 500 companies like IBM, Amazon, Adobe, and many more. With our comprehensive 100-hour web developer curriculum, you just can't go wrong. So, what are you waiting for? Join me in the next video and let's start this exciting journey together and build an amazing future that you've always dreamed of.